to welcome you, those of you who are here with us and any who might be viewing us virtually, to this Board of County Commissioner meeting tonight. As you can see, I'm not Brenda Howerton, our chair, nor am I Wendy Jacobs, our vice chair. They are both away out of town on county business and have an excused absence tonight. So it will just be we three and Manager Sowell and our new attorney conducting the people's business tonight. And I will start the meeting by reading the public charge. Board of Commissioners asks its members and citizens to conduct themselves in a respectful, courteous manner, both with the board and fellow citizens. At any time, should any member of the board or any citizen fail to observe this public charge, the chair will ask the offending person to leave the meeting until that individual regains personal control. Should decorum fail to be restored, the chair will recess the meeting until such time that a genuine commitment to the public charge is served. And please silence your cell phones. And that will take us to the first item on our agenda, which is the Pledge of Allegiance. So would you all please stand and say
the flag of the United States of America.
Right, thank you very much. And our next agenda item is adjustments. Are there any adjustments? Okay, hearing none, this will be the agenda that we will follow. And now we'll move on to announcements, and our clerk, Monica Wallace, will read those for us.
Good evening, everyone. I will read the announcements that are published in our agenda. The links for these announcements are also available online. BOCC Public Health COVID-19 Vaccination Clinic Hours. The COVID-19 Vaccination Clinic at the Durham County Department of Public Health, located at 414 East Main Street, have the following walk-in hours to receive your free vaccine: Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Tuesdays, 9 a.m. till 5:45 p.m. All doses are available. Please note that clinics are closed daily between 11:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. and also on Saturday and Sunday. You can visit decopublichealth.org/COVID vaccines or call 919-560-9217 for additional information. National Opioid Settlement Survey. Durham residents, we need you. Staff and the Board of Commissioners need your feedback on how best to invest the National Opioid Settlement (NOS) funds of nearly $11.6 million over 18 years. A survey is posted there is a link, there's a SurveyMonkey link, and public input is very vital. Community listening sessions will be available soon, and to find out additional information, there is a feedback link as well. ACT, test prep, library, databases, and resources. Nervous about taking the ACT? Join South Regional Library on Wednesday, January 11th from 6 till 7 p.m. to learn about free library resources to help you practice and prepare. Registration is required. You'll need a Durham County Library card and a 4-digit PIN, an email, password. Personal computers are encouraged. You can register at the Durham County Library link, and if you have questions, you can contact Sarah Gibson at sgibson@dconc.gov. Language Access Survey for Spanish-speaking residents. Durham County wants to identify areas for improvement in overall communications with Spanish-speaking residents. Please take a few minutes to complete the Language Access for Spanish-speaking residents survey to share your opinion on how DCO can improve accessibility to our public services. There is a link via SurveyMonkey as well. Business and personal property listing forms. The Durham County 2023 annual tax listing forms will be mailed in early to mid-January. Additionally, the Durham County Board of Commissioners has extended the regular listing period an additional month for 2023 to run through February 28th. To be timely, listing forms should be returned to Durham County Tax Administration by February 28th, 2023. You can call 560-0300 for additional information. The Low Income Energy Assistance Program is open for all eligible Durham County residents to apply. Residents can call 560-8192 to make a virtual appointment with the Department of Social Services specialist, or you can apply online. It's https://epass.nc.gov. The LIEAP program ends March 31st. Parent and Family Advocacy and Support Training. Join the Durham County Cooperative Extension for a free virtual 8-week online course to help parents navigate the public school system. Come lunch and learn with us. The program runs on Thursdays from 12 noon to 1:15 from January 26th through March 16th. You can contact Sherelle Hinklin House at shouse@dconc.gov. You can also register online, and there is a link there. Stay up to date with new Durham Comprehensive Plan. Durham is working on a new comprehensive plan, a long-range vision for our community. The comprehensive plan decides what can be built where in Durham. It decides what size and kind of homes can be built in what part of the city and county, where schools and businesses can be built, and where streets can run through. Our current plan is nearly 13 years old, and Durham has seen a lot of change in that time. That change has benefited some residents while others have been negatively impacted. Please visit engagedurham.com/comprehensive plan to learn how to be involved and to sign up for updates. Durham Pre-K Family Information Session. The 23-24 application season is almost here. Please register for the virtual Durham Pre-K Family Info Session, which is scheduled for Saturday, February 4th from 10 to 11 a.m. There is a link for registration. And lastly, most Durham County offices will be closed on MLK Jr. Day. Durham County Department will close most of its offices on Monday, January 16th, in observance of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. All offices will reopen with normal hours on Tuesday, January 17th. To read about how those closures will impact certain Durham County government services, please visit dconc.gov. That concludes the announcements published in tonight's agenda.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much, Ms. Wallace. And board members, do you have any additional announcements you'd like to share? Mr. Burns.
I only had one additional one to add, and that is that on MLK Day this year, for some people who were used to it beforehand, there's usually a triangle interfaith breakfast, and it is no longer virtual. We're back in person. So if anybody really feels like getting up at 5 a.m. and having breakfast with some of your closest neighbors, by all means, please meet us at the Sheraton Imperial. I think I can get the posted to Monica, but it is the 43rd Triangle Interfaith MLK breakfast. And it starts, I think the lineup starts at 10 a.m. The reason why I say like 5 or 6, they usually have about 2,000 people to show up. It is a free breakfast. It's a good program. And in the event you can't be there, it will be live streaming, I think this year on WRAL instead of ABC. So that.
Thank you. I actually have one thing that I'd like to share. It's not exactly an announcement, but I did see that Durham County Department of Public Health put this out on Twitter today. Just that Durham County is once again in an area of high transmission of COVID by the CDC definitions. And, you know, I know we're all really getting tired of the precautions that one needs to take when we're in a high transmission area, but the virus, unfortunately, is not tired. The newest XBB 1.5 variant is telling the world that it's not finished, and just we need to continue to be sure that we're vaccinated, up to date on our vaccines and boosters, wear masks again, probably, I think it's recommended in public places that are crowded. And, to continue to take the rapid tests before gatherings. So I just wanted to mention that. And that concludes, yes. Yes.
I actually had a comment regarding that. I'll send an email to Rod about this also. I also saw this map, but also I saw that Duke actually just released a statement that they have said that if Durham County continues in this trend and continues to be in this trend for 2 weeks, they'll reinstate their mask mandates. I wanted to see, we're not in the state of emergency under the governor anymore. So for Durham County, what jurisdiction we still have around mask mandates, if any, 'cause I think it's really important that, to keep our community members safe, if we should be any sort of action, bring the level.
Get with the county attorney. We'll give some feedback to you.
Thank you for that question. All right. Commissioners, we have before us the December 12th, 2022 regular session minute. Are there any comments or revisions to the minutes?
Move for
Okay, motion for approval.
Second.
All right, been moved by Commissioner Lom, seconded by Commissioner Burns to approve these minutes. All in favor, say aye.
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 That worked.
It passes unanimously. Right. That brings us to the consent agenda. We have these items that we reviewed thoroughly at our work session, either that or they're very regular items. Are there any items that commissioners would like to either pull and place at the end of the agenda, or any brief comments on any of these agendas? Commissioner Burns.
I did want to just kind of sort of give a shout out to the staff and then another shout out to the board. I know this has been on our work session and another agenda item, but the fact that we proactively go after really unique funding, I'm excited about the bioretention pond at Neal Middle School. And that's funding that came from the Attorney General's office that they got from Smithfield. So if you're trying to figure out how we can clean up water by going through an attorney that went to a hog farm, this is how you do it. And so I do appreciate the staff always going after these unique opportunities, and our community gets the benefit. I also want to give a shout out, and I know I'm going to pronounce it wrong, to the Thermulala restaurant. Am I saying it right? So we do have a restaurant that is finally coming across the street. The board, many conversations, I won't say how long, but way back, we've had a lot of conversations. Thank you to Perry and to everybody on our staff that brought these forward. If many of you all don't notice, once you get to this end of downtown, it starts to die off a little bit after 5 o'clock. So what we really want to do is extend the foot traffic, open it up for more economic development opportunities. And I remember when I worked at the Attorney General's office, they closed the lunchroom, and there was a receptionist, Miss Lucy. She said, you can really tell that they don't care about their employees. And I said, well, what do you mean? She said, if you don't care about your employees that have a 30-minute lunch break, then you're really not thinking about how much work you want to get done. So I am hopeful that this restaurant opens up an additional opportunity for employees to be able to go out, eat, and not have to get in their car, drive far, especially with so many restaurants being closed. So thank you to the staff for improving it, and to my board members who know how hard it was to get a restaurant here. Thank you all for, sticking it out for the long haul, and that's all I got.
Thank you, Commissioner Burns.
Thank you, Madam Interim Chair. I have a quick question for Dwayne on the property tax release, just a clarification question. And this may be a silly question, so I apologize in advance. Just reading the portion of releases and refunds for taxes for 2022, total 612. And then it says for prior tax years, is that saying the total for those prior tax years was only 4,603?
Dwayne Brenton, Durham County Tax Administrator. Get some feedback. That's correct for this meeting. Okay, so in previous years, we have released more money in those years, but for this meeting, you have the current year, which is the 2022, and then in the current fiscal year, we have released or refunded that amount of dollars for previous year taxes. I don't have it pulled up.
This is refunding someone for taxes they paid all the way back between 2016 and,
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Thank
Does that answer your question?
yes, it is.
All right. Hearing no other comments about these consent agenda items, could I have a motion then to approve the consent agenda?
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Right, moved by Commissioner Burns, seconded by Commissioner Alam, that we approve the consent agenda. All in favor, say aye.
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 That's unanimous. All right, that brings us to an exciting topic on our agenda. It is a public hearing regarding a resolution requesting the North Carolina Department of Transportation designate a certain portion of North Carolina Highway 751 and Cameron Boulevard from Curley Road to Duke University Road in honor of Coach Michael William Krzyzewski. And we will be required to conduct a public hearing on this. And this time, we have Jay Gibson here virtually, I think, to present this item more fully. There
Tonight,
he is.
and we're very pleased to bring to the board tonight an item we've been working on for several weeks with our partners from Duke University, Ms. Katie Light and Dr. Stephanie Williams, both of whom are present this evening. The item proposes to honor a person whose name and wide-ranging accomplishments are synonymous with Duke University and Durham, Coach Michael William Krzyzewski, better known simply as Coach K. More specifically, the board is requested to conduct a public hearing to consider adopting a resolution requesting that NCDOT designate a portion of Highway 751 from Duke University Drive to Curley Road in honor of Coach K. This is a required procedural step before NCDOT will accept the request, and it's worth noting that our colleagues at the city have already adopted a similar resolution, and this request also has broad community support from numerous civic and elected leaders. We appreciate the board's consideration of this resolution request, and staff, along with our aforementioned Duke partners, will be glad to entertain any questions as part of the public hearing.
All right. Commissioners, I was thinking we probably should read the resolution before we hold the public hearing. Either of you have it pulled up or would like to volunteer to read it? I have it pulled up. Great. I didn't give you any advance notice that I was going to ask you to read this, but I do think it makes sense. All right. Commissioner Lum, you have it? Okay, great. Thank you.
Resolution requesting the North Carolina Department of Transportation designate a certain portion of North Carolina Highway 751 and Cameron Boulevard from Curley Road to Duke University Road in honor of Coach Michael William Krzyzewski. Whereas North Carolina General Statute 136-18(8) grants the North Carolina Department of Transportation authority to name or designate certain highway assets in honor of North Carolinians who have made notable contributions to the state and its residents. Whereas Coach Michael William Krzyzewski, better known as Coach K, has distinguished himself and brought honor to the state of North Carolina in myriad ways, including military service to our nation. Serving as head coach of the Duke University men's basketball program for 42 consecutive years, compiling an impressive record of 1,129 wins while Duke head coach, and an unparalleled Division I record of 1,202 wins in total while serving as a head coach. Whereas Coach K served with distinction on over 21 different USA basketball coaching staff, for which these teams achieved over a 95% winning record. Whereas Coach K further served as the head coach for the U.S. Olympic men's basketball team, becoming the only Olympic head coach to ever win 3 consecutive men's basketball gold medals. Whereas Coach K has further invested in the well-being of the Durham community, more especially its young people, via the founding and ongoing support of the Emily K Center, which now serves more than 2,000 students of various grade level annually. Whereas the Durham County Board of Commissioners wishes to honor Coach K by supporting the request of Duke University to honorarily designate a portion of NC Highway 751 and Cameron Boulevard from Curley Road to Duke University Road as Coach K Highway. Whereas a public hearing was held on the matter on January 9th, 2023 by the Board of Commissioners. Now therefore be it resolved that the Durham County Board of Commissioners adopts this resolution in enthusiastic support of Duke University's request to petition the North Carolina Department of Transportation to honorarily designate a portion of NC Highway 751 and Cameron Boulevard from Curley Road to Duke University Road as Coach K Highway, adopted by the Durham County Board of Commissioners.
Thank you. And we are indeed excited to consider this item. And in addition to Jay, our general manager, I think we also have the Assistant Director of Duke and State Relations who would like to make a comment. Katie Lipe, you could come to this microphone.
Madam Chair, while she's going to the podium, I, at the request of the board, be able to add an addendum to the, as much as it pains me to do so. In all the whereases, Duke has only ever won 5 championships. They have won all 5 national championships under Coach K. I think it would only be fitting if we add those 5 whereases. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I checked Wikipedia. I know it's not a scholarly source, but I think we should actually mention he's won 5 national championships, and that's not in there, but I digress. If it pleases the board.
Commissioner, we are certainly, as you note, and I'll be honest, with me bleeding red and white, I know for you it was tough being light blue. Coach K's accomplishments are so broad and so deep. The challenge we faced actually is NCDOT, I believe, has a limit of 400 words on the resolution.
Oh.
So we are certainly glad to entertain the friendly amendment. We just need to make sure we can squeeze in under that 400 word limit so as not to agitate our good friends at NCDOT.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Acting Chairwoman Carter and Board of County Commissioners. My name is Katie Lipe. I'm the Assistant Director for Duke State Relations. Thank you all so much for having us here this evening. To honor Coach K's illustrious 42-year career as head coach of the Duke University men's basketball team and to recognize decades of service and leadership in Durham County, North Carolina, and nationally, Duke University is seeking to honorarily designate a portion of NC Highway 751 and Cameron Boulevard from Curley Road to Duke University Road in Durham. The North Carolina Board of Transportation requires support from local governments in the form of a unanimously passed resolution and letters of support from civic, business, and service organizations in the county. The Emily K Center, the Durham Chamber of Commerce, and State House Representatives Marsha Morey and Vernetta Alston from Durham have all provided letters of support for this honorary designation, and the Durham City Council unanimously passed a resolution in support of the road designation in December. We greatly appreciate the Durham County Board of Commissioners' willingness to consider this resolution tonight, and I stand to take any questions if you all have it.
Thank you so much, and we are delighted to take this on. Before we open the public hearing, are there any questions for staff from either of you guys, my colleagues? No questions? All right, thank you. Really clear on what the ask is for us. And so, at this point, I will open the public hearing and acknowledge anyone that signed up to speak. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone signed up to speak?
No, we have no one signed up this evening.
All right. If there are no comments from the general public, I do know that we have recorded comments from Chair Howerton and Vice Chair Jacob. Would this be a good time for us to check those, hear those at this point? Or would it be better for me to close the public hearing first?
Let's close the public hearing.
All right. At this point, I declare the public hearing closed. And now, if commissioners would like to make comments, we'll start with Chair Howerton and Vice Chair Jacob.
Chair of the Board of County Commissioners. And I am honored to be able to lend my voice to honoring Coach K today by...
If you can excuse me for just 1 second, I'll clear the
support of the petition to the North Carolina Department of Transportation to designate a portion of North Carolina Highway 751 and Cameron Boulevard and Curley Road to Duke University Road as Coach K Highway. What an awesome honor and honoree. Thank you.
Coach K, I'm Wendy Jacobs, Vice Chair of the Durham County Board of Commissioners, and I'm so sorry that I cannot be there tonight for this important public hearing and this wonderful opportunity for our community to show you, in a very small way, our gratitude to you for your decades of dedication and service and leadership in our community. I think this is a very fitting way for us to somehow represent how you have been such an important part of the fabric of not just the Duke community, but the entire Durham community for more than 40 years. I will share that I feel a little bit of kinship with you because I first came to Duke University in 1979 to start my freshman semester there, and then you came on in March of 1980, and I have dedicated my life and fell in love with the Durham community. I think in similar, you have really shown your love and dedication to this community. We know the many accolades of incredible achievements in the world of basketball and your legacy as a coach. But I really want to focus on, for a few minutes, this moment of privilege for me to thank you for all that you have done as a part of the Durham community and the impact that you have had on the lives of countless young people in our community. Not just on the basketball court, but I think back to my daughter's graduation in 2016 from Duke, and you were the graduation speaker, and I still remember to the day your words about speaking about the importance of being a part of a team and working together with other people towards a goal, something bigger than is in any of us as individuals, and how important those words and inspiration are for all of us, that you have demonstrated in the way that you have lived your life, not just as a coach, but as a person in this community. I want to thank you for also what you have done, you and your family, with Immaculate Conception Church and the Emily K Center, that you all have just never given up on Durham and the West End. And Emily K and the church have been such an important part of the transformation in Durham, and of course what Emily K does for so many young people, giving them a new opportunity in life. So I want to just say congratulations, and again, I'm so grateful to you and your family for being part of this community and loving this community. And I will fondly think of you when I drive along this future road that will be in a small way for us to honor you and all that you have done for the Durham community. Thank you.
Well, those were awesome comments. Board members, anything else that anyone would like to add before we take a vote?
I would just like to make a comment to point out how hard I know this moment must be for Commissioner Burns, but she's standing very strong, and I hope to see her vote in the affirmative for this, as hard as it may be.
Okay.
I will make the motion, Madam Chair, if it will so please. Okay, all right. Congratulations, Coach K. I too agree that you have done, as I said during working session, that after 42 years, it is about time this board did something for you, sir. So I take great pride and pleasure in making a motion that this board approve a resolution requesting the North Carolina Department of Transportation designate a certain portion of the North Carolina Highway 751 and Cameron Boulevard from Curley Road to Duke University Road in honor of Coach Michael William Krzyzewski. Do I have a second?
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's been moved by Commissioner Burns and seconded by Commissioner Alam that we adopt the resolution that we just read. It may possibly have an additional whereas clause, depending on whether or not we can work it in without exceeding the 400-word limit. All right, all in favor of the adoption of this resolution requesting NCDOT to designate a specific portion of Highway 751 in honor of Coach Michael William Krzyzewski, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? It passes unanimously, and we are very excited about this. And thank you so much for bringing this to us and giving us the honor and the privilege of, at the very least, adopting this resolution. We look forward to doing more in the future. Thank you. All right. Oh my goodness. That brings us to item 7. Have I missed anything? Item 7 is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn? I thank you all for being with us tonight. At this time, we've finished the whole agenda and we're at item 7. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 It's unanimous. We're now adjourned. Thank you all so much.